What's up, everybody? It's an off day, so that's my typical CassMac Chats. We had a really big shakeup just now. Matt Tuiasosopo out as third base coach. Old friend alert, Freddie Gonzalez back in as third base coach. I think he was a pretty good third base coach, honestly, when he was around. I know he ended up being our manager before we hired Snitker. I don't think it's going to be Freddie takes over for Snitker 2026. David, go Braves for sure. I don't think that. I think that Tui was not great at third base. And there were a ton of adventurous moments, obviously. We've seen them. We've begrudged them. We've hated them. Listen, I think that it's probably not the move anyone was expecting, but I don't think that it might be a start of a domino effect, honestly, because this roster, I know names are just names, but the names are too good to be where we are right now, and maybe that'll give us a jolt. Is it Chewy's fault that we couldn't score with runners in scoring position? No. But that's why the mistakes and the uncertainty at third base and the reads and things, it's more important because we're scrapping and clawing for half a run, let alone what guy? Freddie Gonzalez. He's been with the Marlins and most recently with the Orioles as their bench coach. So I think it's a little shocking. But again, a shakeup needed to happen. Is it going to magically be like Freddie Gonzalez has the magic touch of the runners in scoring position? Not necessarily, but I think a needle needed to be moved, and to send a jolt that things will change. And I love Tui. I can't believe he actually accepted a minor league infield coordinator job because our infield defense has been one of the best. So there's that. I mean, let's not sugarcoat it. There was a lot of adventures at third base, and I think he almost got Ronald decapitated the other night against Boston, and Ronald didn't even slide. So that's one of those things. But obviously, there's a lot more issues than Tui. But I think this could be the start of the realization that standing pat and comfortableness may not be the route. Because again, there's way too much talent on this team. The pitching, for the most part, has kept us in every single ball game, and the little things are becoming more and more glaring. And it had to start somewhere, and it's cutthroat. I don't pretend to. None of this is really. I mean, if we were better with runners in scoring position, if we were better at doing the little things, but maybe it'll be the kick in the butt everybody needs. Honestly, I just hope that it's a start. I don't know if this is a complete staff overhaul right now in season, but I think it gives you the mindset of we care. We're not where we're not where we're wanted to be, and finally somebody said, screw it. This isn't Atlanta Braves baseball. This isn't putting wins together. This isn't fun. We got to do something. So all those saying, I want to shake up, and then saying, oh, not that one. You can't have it both ways. And Tui's gonna land on his feet. He seems like a really good guy. I don't know if that was necessarily the career move. Just because I don't know if he ever got settled into the role. Honestly, I don't. And I back it. We'll see what happens. If Freddie Gonzalez is the magic touch, thank God. If he's not, well, then some more things may happen. But I think everybody kind of needs the notion that constantly losing the way we are, because we're not getting our doors blown off. It's one thing here, one thing there. The little things matter always, forever, every day in baseball, no matter what level you're at. And honestly, thank goodness for something to pop. Like I said, it may not change a darn thing, but it shows the mindset and the level of care and the level of pissed offness, I hope, that is permeating through the Braves. And could be more, who knows. But the constant sameness of the last 2 years. Yes, the last 2024 had a lot to do with injuries. I think we'll have some representatives. I probably more so on the pitching side, but yeah, it wouldn't be a great look. But you got to play well, and we haven't. We're just stuck in the mud, so it wouldn't be a great look. But these years are what these years are. Some of them, figuring out and finding the answers may be buried. And we might not figure it out this year, but again, you had to do something, because it feels like banging our head against the wall. So I commend that at the very least. Freddie can't hurt. Freddie cannot hurt. Because if it ain't one thing, if it hasn't been one thing, it's been another. It's been 12 reasons why we're not winning ball games. And so obviously somebody's paying attention. And we'll see what happens, because the pitching has been super solid. Even for Bryce Elder yesterday. It is what it is. I get it, Tony, but it is what it is. If our team's not playing well, we don't deserve representatives, whether it's a home ballpark or not. So, but I get what you're saying. I'm sure we'll have some pitching representatives, but as of right now, probably not a lot of his hitting representation, and we don't deserve it. So, but the Braves seem that we're shaking things up, whether it's the right move, or not. I don't know. But I can appreciate the evaluation. I can. So, Marcell Ozuna has apparently been playing with a tear in his hip. That's why you see him not be able to rotate as much, but it's much more impressive what he's been able to do despite that injury. And that answers one question of the pinch running decisions late in the ball game. That no matter what, he's going to be pinch ran for because of that hip issue. But I commend Marcell Ozuna to the highest order. Just super ballsy, super awesome, super gutsy, and that's a big leader type of thing. And a lot of talking heads, even I guess you consider me a talking head, have said who's the leaders on this team. Marcell Ozuna may have Hey Charles, had a checkered past, and whatever you make of that, you make of that. But playing with a tear in his hip because he kind of has to with the lack of production with our offense. That's tip of the cap, amazing, and I hope he just he continues to do his thing, and things start turning a corner. So I think that's pretty much that's the bigger news of today. And obviously, you never want to see anyone lose their job, but I think it's the writing on the wall is something was going to happen. Well, yeah. I mean, we've reached the playoffs 7 years in a row. That's an insane run. Obviously we're spoiled that we want to continue to be battling for playoffs, be battling for World Series every single year. You just do. Matt Tuiasosopo got fired. Freddie Gonzalez in. Charles. Of course. I mean, rough seasons happen, lost seasons happen, but you want to try to do everything you can to salvage things because, like I said, there are way too many good names on the roster for it to continue to happen. And obviously, I'll support the Braves no matter what. But it's just nice to feel the reality of nobody's happy about it. It's in the runners in scoring position. Honestly, I know it's a rough spot with just hiring 10 hires. Snitker probably Snicker probably retiring after this year, all of that kind of stuff. It's kind of a rock and a hard place, but I appreciate the effort. Um, whether it makes a difference, I don't know. But is what it is. We'll see what happens. The blunders, you've got to be able to score the runs you should score or give your batters more opportunities to score. And obviously, it's not Tui's fault that we can't score, that we can't hit the ball with runners in scoring position or any of that. But Charles, Matt Tuiasosopo got fired, and Freddie Gonzalez is now our third base coach. So, that is the big news for today. I hope that we kind of remake the bullpen at some point, too. I still don't know why we haven't called up Kimbrel, even though the bullpen has been solid of late. But there's just a lot of logjam of roster guys with no options that you really can't try some different things. That as well. It's not exactly ideal. I wouldn't be surprised if there's some domino effect of the of the Tuiasosopo firing. Is this first of many, or is this just to see if that helps light a fire? I don't know. It could be a domino effect. But again, the starting pitching and the AJ Smith-Shawver injury is very unfortunate. But Bryce Elder came in and did a heck of a job, gave us a chance to win, and he's done that in his second stint coming up after the Strider injury and all of that stuff, finding it. And to be able to do that after giving up 7 in 2 starts in his Gwinnett starts after he was sitting down because of the roster numbers is really nice. So we'll see if there is more shakeup or not. But I think we'll see. And because the reality is the reality, we only have better record than the Rockies. We barely have a better record than the Marlins. We only have a better record than 3 National League teams. So I think it's very very apparent that something needed to happen. And yeah, AJ, that whole situation was just bonkers and unfortunate, and it just kind of seems to be a pile-on of the frustration of everything that's happened. Yeah. If I had the answer to that, I would be on the Braves coaching staff, Charles. If anyone had the answer to that, we would not be struggling as much as we are. But there's no magic sauce and there's no whatever. But my opinion is I think we're too passive. We're taking too many fastballs. But it feels like the entire lineup is in between with trying to be patient and trying to be aggressive, where they're swinging at balls and taking strikes. Sounds simple, but I think the entire team hello. The entire team has been in between. You have good stretches for a few guys here and there, but it's not 4 or 5 guys going at the same time to take pressure off the entire. Uh, I get it. We can't take advantage of anything. We can't even look at the standings right now. We just gotta somehow put a couple wins together and see what the heck happens. Um, no, we can't take advantage of anything. Um, so, um, it's just, it's just maddening. It's frustrating. It is what it is right now, and will we dig ourselves out? I don't know, but I'll be watching. I'll be cheering for it, and it'll be quite interesting to see if any other shakeups happen. I don't think any other shakeups will happen like right now, but it wouldn't. I wouldn't be surprised either. But again, there's not like a magic prospect hitting wise that is gonna like come up like Michael Harris the second did a couple of years ago and just put a jolt that we all need, that the offense needs. But given such the how good the pitching has been, for the most part, and how good the defense has been for the most part. Again, there's some glaring things that are a thing. Uh, but I feel like every mistake, every little thing has been magnified, and we just can't get away with it. And just kind of. Oh yeah, I know. They know they have no choice. I don't know why they're not bringing up Kimbrel. That's another mystery of it all. But they obviously are thinking, and that's another thing that it's hard to balance, because these guys are trying. They're trying a bajillion% to do the right thing. It's not happening. They're professional athletes. It's their job too. It's not happening. It's a million% frustrating for them, but it's the reality. They know it. We know it. Everyone knows it. Um, So I think that's the difficult balance, because humans are humans, and the weight of the world is on the Braves. It's on the Braves offense. It's on the Braves offense with runners in scoring position. Everything is a melting pot of vicious cycle of ugliness, as I like to, as a saying I like to use. And the reality the reality sucks right now, and to be able to find, just put your boots on, and just figure out how to win ball games no matter how it looks. Or yeah, I appreciate it, Tony. I've had a lot of those moments, and if I could punch a hole through the wall and it not be a bad thing, I would too. But I think the difficult balance is because the they are. I again, why does Hernandez? Because that's just his thing. He struggles with command and control. It's you don't again. I don't know exactly why. He doesn't know exactly why. Well, I'm pretty sure he knows exactly why, but it's just how sports go. It's kind of like when a defensive substitution, the ball finds you. Well, for the Braves right now, in every critical situation, no one is coming through. Offensively, defensively, base running, pitching, so everything is magnified. And for Daysbel Hernandez, that has been his calling card, that he's amazing. His velocity is amazing, but when he loses the strike zone, it's just an adventure. It's just a trait that you need to get a hold of. But baseball's hard, and it's not exactly. There's not exactly a magic answer, and I know I keep using that word, but there's just not. The Braves are kind of out on an island right now, trying to figure it all out, and it's been rough. It's been rough to watch. It's been rough to do, I'm sure. I'm pretty sure if there was a boxing, um, uh, take a guess, Charles, why he's not running bases. He just came off of second ACL. I'm not trying to be rude here, but you got to be careful with. I mean, Ronald is a threat when he comes into the batter's box. So I'm pretty sure they're telling him to be cautious about it. And he wants to be on the field as much as he can be. So I'm pretty sure he's just. He'll probably pick his spots, but I'm pretty sure you're not going to see a lot of steals because home runs and runs batted in are more important right now. Especially, he looks comfortable, but I don't think he wants to ruin that rhythm. So I'm pretty sure the Braves are telling him to be careful. And Ronald is just does so much. I think if we need him to steal bases too, which maybe we need him to steal home, jokingly, it is, it's, yeah, and I think that it's not like no MLB pitcher is a cupcake to face. None. And the Braves have gone through a litany of staff aces and hard pitching staffs and all this stuff, but that happens every single night. And just for our pitching and everything to be letter perfect, because it's not going to be letter perfect. It can't be. That's just not how baseball goes. And two, for the pitchers not to have relatively any margin for error is unfortunate. So yes, Strider's going tomorrow. Thank you. Yeah, Strider's going tomorrow. Hopefully, get that series off to a good start. Yeah, and I think Ronald, will do what he wants to do and what he feels comfortable doing, but his power and the ability to score runs and things of that nature, you be happy with. And that, I don't think that will change, and I don't think it should change. But Ronald can be the guy that he wants to be. So, and I think that's very important to realize. And so and I'm excited. I mean, every time Ronald comes up and every time Ronald gets to play in a game, I'm excited. And there's a lot of players on the Braves team that still gets me excited. Hello to all of the new so no, I think it's a black hole in left field no matter what, honestly. Verdugo takes too many fastballs. Eli White had a good run, but I think he's staggering a little bit. So again, I think left field, the Profar issue continues to rear its ugly head. The outfield has not been good offensively, let's just put it that way, and I don't think there's a clear answer there until Profar comes back. But and I realize that he can't play in the playoffs, so something's gonna have to give there. But if Verdugo takes any more fastballs down the middle, I might vomit. So, and I think that is a big issue, that the Braves are just not attacking as much. Selectively aggressive, but they're not, the aggressive part isn't there. And that's something that I don't like. And again, I know they're trying their butts off, and hitting a baseball is one of the hardest things anyone has to do. But something has to give there. Something has to give in a lot of places. No, I'm hoping Isaiah Drake is a long-term answer. I know he's only in Augusta, but his speed for days, I mean, the contact, I hope that that's a plan, because obviously Kelnick has struggled in AAA as well. That's not working necessarily either. So I think, yes, that's a black hole. Shortstop long term, not sure either. Nick Allen's been amazing for this team and the role, but shortstop, I'm not sure. I know we have a lot of younger prospects in the lower minors that are peaking, but Nacho Alvarez, probably without his wrist issue, would have been had a better opportunity this year, I think. So, and I know people have said Drake Baldwin in left field, but I think the catching tandem has been too important to what the Braves have done pitching staff-wise. Yes, and I know Murphy has struggled, but everybody struggled, so I don't like to necessarily single out Sean Murphy, but everybody seems to. Everybody struggled. Yes, Michael Harris needs to pick it up, but I think you could say that about almost everybody we have. And the back of the baseball card thing, just somewhere in the vicinity of what we're used to. So I think that's the issue, and that's the difficult part. I mean, sometimes when you're trying to figure out one thing, another thing pops up. Everybody's trying too hard. Everybody's squeezing the bat so hard. The sawdust is coming off of it. XYZ. It is what it is. And again, that's the balance as a fan. You're like so mad, but they're 1,000% more mad than you are because they want to do well. They want to play good baseball. They don't want to be stuck in the mud, but we are. So you know what? This is gonna be it might be a difficult year, but there's still a lot of year left, and we'll see what happens. But like, we've been spoiled too. That 7 straight opportunities in the playoffs, a World Series championship. Has it faded a little bit? Maybe, but I still smile every time I think about 2021. So I don't think that's ever going to fade. But you always want to be consistent. You always want to give yourself a chance. You always want to get in the tournament, get a seat at the table, and see what happens. And there's got to be a lot. There's got to be a lot of winning soon for that to happen. But yeah, not really. I mean, good-ish, yeah. He hadn't pitched in a while. The consistency for him pitching hasn't been a lot, so I'll give him a little leeway. For sure. He's looked better, yeah, for sure. I don't think that's exactly ironed out either. I think there's just so many more questions than everybody is used to. And it happens. I mean, whatever the financial situation, the ownership, all that stuff, that's above my pay grade. But hopefully, we can string some things together and try to figure this dang thing out. And surprise people, and maybe even surprise our fan base at this point. But I can't. They're all working hard, so hopefully it all melds together in some way, shape, or form for at least one more couple of solid runs of baseball. So yeah, I was out yesterday after the 3rd inning, or the 4th inning, I think it was. So I didn't get a chance, but good for some consistency there. There's good for consistency everywhere. And giving us a chance to win is what you want. But ultimately, we've got to score more runs. We got to be more productive. And I don't know how exactly that happens, but constantly being in every baseball game that we've been in is at least a good sign. So we'll see where we go from here. Blewett's been solid. His role's a little weird to me as the de facto long man only, pretty much, or multiple innings, which is fine. But I also think he could just be a higher leverage, but also he's had the little bit of command issue where it kind of escapes him too. So I think, again, the bullpen and things aren't necessarily settled either. But again, there's a lot more questions than we're used to, but somehow some baseball seasons shape up differently than others. I'd love to see blowout wins. You got to be specific about that. Blowout wins about 3 times a week. That would be great. For a little while, just to get the confidence juices flowing, because just as much as good hitting is contagious, bad hitting is too. And I think we've fell into that trap a lot. So, yeah, so I agree. Whether we get that or not, I don't know. But I just want to see good baseball, stack some wins together, and see what happens. But I think that is pretty much it today. I've done a lot of videos, a lot of talking. So I'm going to. I usually do an hour. I know, but I think I covered the main stuff. As always, go Braves, champions forever. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, helps it a lot. Thanks, guys.